What if time isn't as solid as it seems? What if, by simply closing your eyes and breathing into stillness, you could step beyond the ticking clock and touch a place where time dissolves and space fades away? Welcome back to the Jade Dragon Podcast, where ancient wisdom meets modern science, and where we journey together into the depths of consciousness, Qigong, and inner transformation. I'm your host, David Lloyd. In today's episode, we're going to explore something truly profound: how the practice of Qigong meditation allows us to transcend the ordinary dimensions of space and time. We'll look at how the senses shape our reality, how meditation helps us step outside of it, and what both Taoism and quantum physics have to say about this mysterious experience of timelessness. So, let's begin. The senses as dimensional anchors. Our five senses, sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, are how we make sense of the world. They're our anchors to the physical plane. Through them, we interpret length, width, and depth, the three dimensions of space. Vision helps us understand depth and spatial distance. Touch confirms the solidity and shape of the world. Hearing helps us orient through space, giving us direction and rhythm. But they do something else too. They tie us to time. Think about it. Sight captures motion, hearing detects rhythm, and touch senses change, like warmth shifting into cold. All of these are experiences of change over time. In this way, the senses not only define space, they also define the passage of time, what we often call the fourth dimension. In everyday life, we are immersed in this constant stream of sensory input, so much so that we rarely stop to ask what exists beyond it: stillness and the quieting of the senses. In Qigong, meditation is not about escape, it's about refinement. When you enter stillness, when you close your eyes, quiet your body, and withdraw from your senses, something remarkable happens. That inner noise, it begins to fade. The world that once pulled your attention in 1,000 directions becomes distant, and a new awareness begins to emerge, an awareness that isn't dependent on sight, sound, or touch. Taoist masters speak of this as returning to the root, a return to stillness, to the source before form and name. In that state, your awareness shifts inward, away from the external world of shape and sensation. And as you withdraw from sensory input, your sense of space and time also begins to dissolve. No longer tracking motion or change, the mind ceases its fixation on the past or anticipation of the future. You arrive in a kind of eternal now, a space of pure presence, timelessness, and the collapse of linear time. If you've ever meditated deeply, you might know this feeling. Time seems to vanish. Minutes feel like seconds or hours, or perhaps time ceases to feel like anything at all. This experience is not just poetic, it has scientific resonance. In Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not absolute. It stretches and contracts depending on your frame of reference. In quantum physics, time can behave in nonlinear ways. Some interpretations even suggest the future can influence the past. These concepts challenge our classical understanding of time as fixed, directional, and universal. In Qigong meditation, the subjective experience of time mirrors these scientific ideas. With the senses quieted and the mind stilled, the linear flow of time breaks down. What remains is presence, not as a moment within time, but as a reality beyond time. This isn't merely philosophy, it's direct experience. Dissolving spatial boundaries. let's not forget space. When we meditate, especially in the still postures of Qigong, we stop evaluating position, distance, and movement. Without the senses giving us constant feedback, our experience of space changes. Some describe it as feeling expansive. Others say they feel as if they no longer occupy a location at all. In advanced meditative states, the sense of self dissolves. You may no longer feel like a body in space. You become the space, or you merge with something greater, something formless, vast, and eternal. Taoist and Buddhist teachings often describe this as entering the void, but not a void of emptiness. Rather, a pregnant stillness, a realm of infinite potential. Modern physics again echoes this. Theoretical models like string theory and M theory propose the existence of additional spatial dimensions we don't perceive, but that may influence the structure of the universe. While Qigong doesn't physically transport us to these realms, it does offer an inner echo of that vastness, a space beyond the known dimensions. Quantum consciousness and participatory reality. Perhaps the most striking parallel between Qigong meditation and quantum mechanics lies in the role of consciousness itself. In quantum theory, the observer effect suggests that observation changes reality. At the smallest scales, particles behave differently when observed. They collapse from probability into form. This idea, mind-shaping matter, has puzzled scientists for decades. In Qigong and Taoist meditation, the inner gaze, the focused attention of the mind, is said to guide Qi, influence physiology, and even transform consciousness. And research supports this. Studies show meditation alters brain waves, affects hormonal balance, and changes even gene expression. In both cases, consciousness is not passive. It is active, participatory, and creative. What we perceive is not simply what exists, but what consciousness allows us to experience. Meditation as a bridge beyond. So, does meditation allow us to truly transcend dimensions? Not in the physical sense. We remain in our bodies, in the flow of time. But experientially, yes, absolutely. Meditation reveals that space and time are not solid walls. They are flexible, permeable frameworks. And through the practice of Qigong, we learn to step beyond them, not to escape life, but to embrace a deeper truth. That beneath space is stillness, that beyond time is presence, and that within presence is the Tao. If you've been enjoying the Jade Dragon Podcast and these reflections on the Tao, I'd be truly grateful if you could take a moment to leave a 5-star review. It helps others discover the show and supports the work of bringing ancient wisdom into the modern world. Thank you for listening and for walking this path with me. Until next time, breathe deep, move slowly, and remember, the still point at the center is closer than you think.